Hi everyone, welcome back. I don't know if that makes a difference to Crochet Rocks. Tracy here, just in case. Got another side. So how are you guys? Good, I hope. I just filmed Temu. Temu. How do you say it? Like emu or Temu? I call it Temu. Unboxing. And oh my God. When I ordered it, because it took ages to get, they always do, don't they? It take ages to come. So you kind of, by the time it arrives, you've forgotten exactly what it was. Well, I had so much in my basket at the time, and I ended up having to take loads of it out because it got really expensive. But I thought, okay, just get a few, then test this out. Oh, oh, oh! You wait. It's good one. It blew me away. Blew me away. It did. Anyway, so we had a nice morning, myself and Gary. I watched while Gary weeded. Not watched him. That makes it sound like I don't quite mean that. I don't mean I watched Gary weeding. You know, there are better things to watch really than. But it did sound like I watched Gary weed. I didn't watch him weed. Weeding as in not weeing. I've just fallen down a bit of a rabbit hole here, aren't I? He was outside weeding the weeds in the garden, and I watched Sleeping Dog by Jeremy Corbell, which was the latest one of the whistleblowers kind of stroke journalists to do a movie. And it's on Apple TV. That's the word, Apple TV. But I didn't watch it on Apple TV. I streamed it. But yeah, yeah, it's good. It's good, but it makes you. It kind of, I don't know. It's weird, really. He's not the person I thought he was. You know how when you first see somebody in a setting, you get kind of a preconceived idea about them. And then when you see the reality of that person and their origins and the way that the things they did with their life, and you think, wow, that person's so much more kind of varied than I ever imagined. Anyway, it was interesting. It got more interesting towards the end than some of the strange bits. The strange bits led him to where he is today, so he put them in. Cheers, I've got a coffee today. And I just realised yesterday that this makes my gulping, makes my drinking sound louder than it used to. But I can't really help that. I can't really stop this from making that noise when I drink. It's either that or I don't drink anything. There is that. But, you know, I sit down and I have a chat and a cuppa with you. But usually it's tea. But this recently it's been coffee. And that's because on low carb, I like to have one coffee a day. And it just so happens that this is it. Normally I have it in the morning. But Gary and I'm conscious of every swallow. Gary and I didn't have breakfast at breakfast time. I watched TV, he did his weeding, and then we went out and it was Gary's turn to get some shopping. So we went in Aldi and farm shop and then came home. So yeah, by the time we got home, starving. So we had it's a fish. It was a smoked fish with scrambled egg, which is really, really nice. It's like having haddock with it, but it's not haddock, it's bassa. Bassa, not a bad fish. It's actually cheaper, and it's when you kind of flake it, it's more pinky than the white of cod and the like, but it's nice. Good fishy, really. And yeah, it's nice to have a change. You know, if you have the same thing all the time, it doesn't do your diet any good because your body just gets used to it all the time and it needs something else. And I bought myself some monkey nuts. Sorry, I had this thing pop up. It was just a a big old batch of emojis, but I didn't want it putting emojis where emojis don't belong. So yeah, I bought myself some monkey nuts because 2 weeks in you can start adding nuts and stuff like that. And I thought, well, they are one of the superfoods that little Japanese chap that I watch did mention that, you know, were really good for you. And if you only have a few, like a handful, don't go crazy. Make you live longer. So each nut is another 5 minutes. Are you kidding? I don't really know. Just you know. I'm still in awe of my Temu order. So good, guys. I want to get some more now, but I can't really. I've got to ease off on spending. Just been on holiday. It's not long before we go to Cornwall. And obviously we'll be spending because we're going on holiday there, even though it's just up the road. Well, it's not up the road. You wouldn't want to like walk it. It's not that kind of up the road. It's a whole way along the bottom half of the UK. We're at one end and it's right over the other end. And the UK kind of goes like this, and then there's a bunch at the back, and then it comes out like that, goes all the way along, and then it goes like that, and then it goes boing, and then it goes up. Kind of. Well, so that bottom bit is the widest bit. That's where we're going. All the way from this end, all the way to that end. So it's fair distance, but the worst part of the journey is there's so many A roads. And, it is beautiful countryside that you get to see along the way, but it slows you down, and especially as there's a lot of traffic in areas, especially when you go past Stonehenge and areas like that. That's always the slow bit of the journey. But, you can see Stonehenge out the window, but it does slow up the journey somewhat. And, you can go on the motorway and then head down, like go all the way along the M25 and pick up, is it the M5, all the way down, I think M4, M5. And then you can do that, but that's just a hell of a journey. It's easier to go just sort of a bit like that than boing. But then again, faster, but not if there's traffic. You can never really get away from accidents and traffic jams and all that stuff. And it's a pretty long distance. So, yeah, can take a long time. That's the thing. So, yeah, we're looking forward to it. I haven't seen Jamie in quite a while. Christmas, probably, I would say. Before Christmas. Anyway, guys. Today for you, yesterday, my stitch tutorial popped up, and it already looks like one that's slightly popular, and I hit my milestone. Yeah, I did hit my milestone. So I should be getting together the yarn to do a giveaway. So what I'm going to do is, once I've finished filming this, I'm going to go out the yarn van. I'm going to have a good old sort round and find the giveaway yarn for my milestone, and then I'm going to film it, and it will be up today for you. I know, my today, your tomorrow, my yesterday. So I will do that. And so on Saturday, let's call it Saturday, you will have the winners, all the winners, and you will have the milestone giveaway, because I think that's the best way to do it. And then Sunday, the Sunday fun day. Oh, itchy face. Don't quite know why, but I did. Been getting a few allergy symptoms lately. So I'll give this a little try. This is the small one of the serums, the Charlotte Tilbury serum. And I put it on this arm, okay? And I thought, right, nothing has happened on that arm, but I had 2 little boils come up beyond my ear. And I used nothing, no limonene or anything at all. So I Googled it and said, if the use of limonene causes you to have boils, would you get the boils where the limonene has made contact, or can it refer to another part of your body? And it said Usually you get it where the contact is, but you can get it like in other parts of the body, especially if you've touched it. So I suppose I could have done. But then again, I didn't get a rash or anything here. But I don't want to go slathering it all over and end up with boils, because you know, they are evil. They really are. So yeah, I've got two, one there and one there. They're right close together and behind this ear, but they're not massive or anything. They're just there. It's like having peas. It's just stupid. But they go, but they come up and they just irritate the hell out of me, and they're painful, and then they just disappear, which is weird. But that is what limonene does to me. That's why I can't have it anymore. And I have had some limonene from time to time when it's not supposed to be in a product, and then when you look, it actually is. You read the box, you get it home, you use the stuff, and then on the packaging on the inside, there it is. Because sometimes they just list it as perfume. So that can be a multitude of sins. And in my case, a multitude of limonenes. So yeah, I've got to be really, really careful about the things I stick on my body. Anywhere, really. Shower gels, shampoos, conditioners, even face spritzers like that one over there by Charlotte Tilbury's got it in. Why? Why did we have to stick blooming citrus oils in everything? Stupid. Having a whinge. Why not? So, I've got this to show you. This is my latest tutorial. So, yeah, if I do it that way, you get a bigger picture. There it is, right? Now, you might say, that's weird, because I saw it purple. So, my question to you is, which colour did you see? Did you get a purple thumbnail? Did you get a red thumbnail? Be interested to hear which one, because what I did is I set it to do it as a what's it called, a test. They call it a something test. So I thought, oh yeah, we'll do that for a change. We'll do a thumbnail test. And so I thought, I'm not going to make them drastically different. In the past I have, and it always comes out, this one was the winner. So I thought, how about if it's just colour? If it is just purely colour that makes a difference. That would be interesting to know. So that's what I did. Just colour. Nearly finished. No more. After this, maybe 2 gulps and it's gone. 2 gulps and it's gone. I don't think it's quite as loud as that, but I definitely noticed it when I watched my video back. And I did watch it back. I don't normally, but I did. I wanted to see what the sound was like and everything. So to see if this little jobby was doing its jobby. And it was all right. It was. 1, 2. But then I do have other drinks. Oh, I left it over there. I've got water. And I have this. I've got my little stuff. My anti-cramp medicine. It's not really, but you know what I mean. When you do low carb diet, you don't always get all of the nutrients that you should. So at least I'm getting them that way. So what else have I got to tell you? Let me think. Ooh. So yeah, I'm going to make an arrangement with Gemma for when I can have Tyler, and I'm going to try and go for Monday. And so I'll see what we can do on a Monday with him. Be school holiday, so that'll be the good thing. I haven't got to rush him back. Means I'll have a late night. Like by the time I've dropped him home and then drove all the way home, it'll be a late one for me, but it'll be nice. So I haven't seen him for a very long time. Well, it hasn't been that long, I know. I mean, when we took him to have a haircut and everything, it wasn't like years back, you know, it was a little while ago. And then at the end of the week, we go see Michael. That would be nice. Because Gary's coming with me, and we're going to go and see him and see how he's doing. So he has a new album coming out. And what he's doing is, if anybody downloads his new album, they're getting his other album for free. And so I said to him, where are you having it printed? And he kind of like made this, oh, nobody does that anymore, Mum. It's like everyone just streams it. So if you remember back when I did the last one, I was advised not to have physical copies, but stream it. So like, oh yeah. So where will you stream it? What all of them. So okay. So yeah, that's that then. That's me told I'm firmly well old now that I don't think about streaming services for these things. I think about a CD or a vinyl, you know. Obviously not a vinyl. Gary said, would it be on vinyl? I said, no, probably not, because, you know, that was once what they were all pressed into, you know, and it was mass produced. Now that's a niche thing, so it would be expensive to do. I know that they still make them, but they're expensive to buy now. Do you remember when you used to get like a single for 50p, and you could get an album for a couple of quid? All right, £5. That's how much I remember albums being. £5, £4.99. Yeah. Okay, I know. That shows my age just a tad, maybe, I know. So, oh, I haven't done the thing. Oh, nearly forgot. So we're going to have the weekendy picture now in the Star Wars Mandalorian calendar. And we had a quote, so it is a picture. And we've got little Grogu doing his fluence, I think, on this beastie. That's my ring lights. I've gone back to the ring lights because a lot of people didn't like the other one. But, I mean, it's still there, acting as a module. But, yeah, I guess if I needed it, I'd use it. But that's going to be our weekendy picture. Little Grogu. I'll save those ones. These ones I write patterns on, or like if I'm going to do a stitch tutorial the way I want to do it with my multiple and everything else, because I often change them, you know. I try to improve things. That's what I do. I think, oh, no, I'll just improve it. So that's what I kind of try and do that every time. But the other ones with Grogu on, I save those, and that's the ones that I write special things on, like my Christmas list. Because Gary keeps nagging me for Christmas list, and there's one big job on there now that I said to him, well, I don't know if this is too expensive. If it is, just don't do it. But it's a piece of equipment I want, and it's for when we go out and about and stuff. So if you get it, you get it. If you don't, it doesn't matter. I've still got a stick. So, you know, on the one hand, I have a selfie stick and I just move it about. On the other hand, there is this high-tech piece of equipment. I've never took these bits out, these things, even though they can track and they can do all kinds of magic stuff. And I don't do all of that. I just sit here and talk to you. But this one is different, and so we might get it. We might not. It depends, really. But so yeah, I'll write that on it, and anything I want to keep, I would write on it. Sort of a Grogu one. I know I'm stupid, but if it's just a normal picture, then I write recipes on it, or recipes for crochet tutorials. Yeah, why not? So I weighed myself this morning. I didn't think I would move on the scales. I said that yesterday, I think. I don't think the scales will move because they've already moved £9 worth, and I'm actually I'm thinking of the pitfalls of technology. I was thinking like, oh, cough away, and I coughed into the microphone. Sorry, I'll get used to it. I'll get used to it, she says. So yeah, forgot what I was saying. Never mind. Joke time. I'm already in the titter mood. Oh, don't titter. A little bonus point for anyone who can tell me whose catchphrase that was. Oh, stop tittering. Don't titter. Loved him. I really did as a little girl. I used to watch much too much adult TV when I was little. My parents, as I said to me many times before, didn't used to send me to bed. Like most kids, I would sit there, usually cuddled up to my dad on his shoulder or something. And that was like that from a baby. So I kind of, I think that's why I was kind of like aware of everything way too early. Right, okay. My wife invited some people over for dinner and asked our 6-year-old granddaughter if she would like to say the blessing. I wouldn't know what to say, she replied. Just say what you heard Grandma saying. Grandma bowed her head and said, Lord, why on earth did I invite all these arseholes over for dinner? Sounds about right. Kids do drop you in it. I'll never forget. Paul did it to me once. Well, it was like it wasn't as bad as Michael in the changing room that time of the swimming pool, which if you've been watching me for a long time, you probably remember that one. But Paul's dad, Michael's dad, you know, both my kids' dad, he had to have a circumcision late in life. And so he went into hospital, and when he come out, he had a neat little row of stitches. Anyway, I was in the bath, and Paul wanted the loo, and we only had one restroom in the house. So he's gone in, and he's caught sight of this bobbing on the water top, like waving there. And he went, and he's staring at it. And he wasn't probably staring at it because it had a row of stitches on it. He was probably thinking, what's that? You know. So my ex said, oh, Paul, Daddy's willy's broke. I like to have it fixed. Right. Must have played on his mind. Didn't say anything to me, but right in the middle of the post office when I was in the queue, this lady said, you're a lovely little boy, aren't you? And he said, my daddy's willy's broke. And this woman looked at me and I went, it is. Well, it is. What am I going to say? It is. It is, to be fair, yeah, it is. And I thought, oh, for God's sake, why? Does he pipe up in the middle of the post office? You just go, my daddy's willy's broke. Yeah, it is. Bless him. He also had a very, well, his own language for many, many years, did my son Paul. And I could understand him, but many people obviously couldn't. So I knew that if he wanted a gaggis, he wanted a biscuit, you know. And if he wanted stutty, he wanted toast. Well, salt and vinegar became salt and bugger. But smoke began with an F and rhymed with duck. First of all, it was folk. That wasn't too bad. But then it became, imagine this, with an F. Duck. And I'm going like, smoke. Duck. You know. Smoke. And yeah, he did it in front of the vicar. What can you say? He doesn't mean that. He meant smoke. You know, it's like, yeah, in his own language, bless him. Many kids do, don't they? Just garbled messages that I understood, which I spoke his language and nobody else did. It's quite funny. Even his dad didn't understand him. So what does he want? A biscuit. Oh, I was with him all day, so I suppose that's why. Anyway, guys, I feel really hot now. The sun has beaten down on the room. It's really weird, fickle weather we're having. I did go out and help Gary with his weeding at one point. I held the bag while he put the weeds in. So yeah, that was my bit. Not just one bag, there were 3. And we've still got a little bit of weeding to do at the front. I don't know if he's done any more. He did go back out. So he might have done. But we get a lot of, it looks like samphire. I wouldn't try eating it just in case it's not. But it does look like samphire. And that's the kind of, it kind of like a grassy weed that we get an abundance of in the front garden and all down the side between us and Lee. And where the aircon unit is out there. It all grows along there. But it doesn't grow along the other side, which is very strange. But it does look like samphire. I have eaten samphire, but I can't tell you if that's what it is. And I'm not getting that app that tells you what the thing is, because the first time I ever tried to use that, it wanted to charge me for it. And I thought, I'm not having none of that. Excuse me. But I know I could do a Google search, couldn't I, on an image? Maybe I will. Except there's probably none left at the minute. Go out there in the bin. Where's one piece? But I said to Gary today, that looks like samphire to me, but I don't know for sure. It's probably some couch grass or something. I don't even know what couch grass looks like, so it might be for all I know. Anyway, I'm rambling now. So I'll see you on the next one tomorrow. Take care and have a good day. Bye-bye for now. Don't forget to watch my Temu. I'll probably do it for Monday or Tuesday. And I'll do it for next week because the weekends are a bit weird sometimes on YouTube. If it's rubbish weather, then everybody's at home watching it. But if not, then it's like the Mary Celeste. And, you know, I could be sitting there talking and suddenly Tumbleweed will just go across the screen because none of you are there. So, yeah, I'll do it for Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know, next week. One of those days. But watch out for it because it's amazing. It really is. Bye for now. Take care.